Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, and today I want to share with you 5 money-saving tips for shopping for gluten-free. If you're new here, we are a gluten-free family of 5. My 4-year-old daughter, almost 5-year-old daughter, has celiac disease, so we're gluten-free for medical reasons. So we have been gluten-free for about 1.5 years now, and as you know, gluten-free food can be more expensive. So these are some of the tricks and tips I've learned along the way to help with that expense. So tip number 1, and again, these aren't revolutionary tips, but they really do help. So tip number 1 is meal plan. And I know, oh my God, I am so sick of meal plan. I did this before we were gluten-free, and I continue it now, and it's so much even more important now. Nothing is worse than going into a grocery store and not having a plan when you live on a gluten-free diet, because there's not always a lot of options, and prepackaged food is gonna cost you a lot more being gluten-free. So meal plan. And I'm not just talking about dinners, I also meal plan a rotation of breakfast and lunches. So there's 5 or 6 things that we work through during the week for breakfast. There's 6 or 7 things for lunch ideas that I rotate through. So it's not reinventing the wheel every week. It's nothing like that, but it makes it easier. Then I know what I need to get and where I need to get it, and it just makes everything easier, and you're not wasting money and buying a lot of prepackaged things you don't need. So tip number 2, shop around. Now this can be difficult. I live in an area that literally only has 3 grocery stores. I have a Walmart, a Super Walmart, I have a Kroger, and I have a county market. So those were and an Aldi, so 4 I guess if you count Aldi. Those are the only grocery store options I have. There's no Target. I think the nearest Target's almost an hour away. Same thing, Costco, Sam's Club, Trader Joe's, all those things are over an hour away from where I live. So I have limited options of where I live. So what that means is a lot of people assume Walmart will have the cheapest price for things, but that's not always the case. I do a lot of my shopping at Kroger. You can check out some of my grocery hauls. I'll link them up above for you. Kroger has a lot of great items, and they also offer coupons. A lot of gluten-free items don't necessarily have coupons with them, at least that I've noticed. But the store does provide a $15 off $100 purchase, things like that. They provide their own store coupons that I can use on some of the products I buy the most. So gluten-free flour, certain gluten-free snacks, the store gives me coupons for that. So I do a lot more shopping at Kroger because it actually saves me more money than shopping at, say, a Walmart. Also know the prices for different things. For example, bagels, a lot more expensive to buy at Walmart, gluten-free bagels, than it is to buy at Aldi. Aldi has cinnamon raisin bagels, they have plain bagels, and they have everything bagels for under $5. It's more expensive for me to buy those at Walmart or at my local grocery store, Kroger. So again, just knowing tricks and trades like that, knowing where the prices are, just being familiar with your grocery stores, and don't be afraid to bulk shop. We have a Costco membership. I have a couple Costco hauls, specifically what we get gluten-free from there. Check those out. But things like gluten-free flour. Costco sells the Namaste gluten-free flour, best flour I have found by far, and I've literally tried them all. I've tried Walmart, I've tried Aldi, I've tried Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1, I've tried them all. And Costco Namaste flour is by far the best I've used for baking. It's the cheapest. So for example, this bag here costs, I think, like $5.49 at a grocery store. You can get a big, and again, check out those Costco hauls if you want to see. You can get a big thing of gluten-free flour for about $6, so almost twice this size. So just that alone is worth me going to Costco. But Costco also sells a lot of snack foods that are gluten-free in bulk. And I have 3 young kids. I have an 8-year-old, a 4, almost 5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old, and they eat a lot of food. So they have a lot of items that are gluten-free. A lot of their condiments are gluten-free. Kirkland is the Costco brand. They recently just released a gluten-free pizza made by Costco, so that's exciting. We also get the other gluten-free Costco, or the other pizza that Costco offers that gluten-free is my kid's favorite. They also have a lot of freezer section things that are gluten-free. Their bacon is gluten-free. Lunch meat, by far the best price you're gonna find, because again, lunch meat can have gluten in it. So they have giant packages, gluten-free. It's totally worth it to do maybe once a month or once every 2 months to stack up on those main items, and you'll save yourself a lot of money. Number 3 is snack time. Like I said, I have 3 kids in my house, so we have one main snack time during the day. The kids have obviously their breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but between, I would say, 1:30 and 3:30, they have a snack time. And we have a snack bin in one of our cabinets that they have access to that has prepackaged snacks. Again, check out those grocery hauls, things like fruit cups, granola bars, the little squishy packets, just different grab-and-go snacks like that. We limit it to one item during that snack period because, again, those prepackaged gluten-free options are more expensive. So if they had a bunch with lunch or if they had free reign of them, they would literally eat my entire grocery budget up. So we have that set snack time, and it's not an issue. They know they're not hungry throughout the day. They're of course always welcome to have, yogurt or something from the fridge, fruit. But prepackaged things we do limit in the house just because it will eat up your budget. So number 4 is, again, not my biggest fan, but if you can make it yourself, it's cheaper. And I know you're already doing so much living on this diet. The fact that you have to make something is annoying, inconvenient. I get it, I totally get it. But when you're buying those prepackaged items, again, it's more expensive. So for example, for a gluten-free chocolate silk pie from a dedicated gluten-free bakery, cost me about $27 to buy. Not joking, $27. It was delicious, totally worth it, yes. But do I have a budget of $27 just for a pie every week or 2 weeks in my budget? No, I don't. So you have to get creative. You have to learn to make some things yourself. So for example, we go through a lot of bread in our house. I fully intend on purchasing a gluten-free bread maker. If you didn't know, because I didn't know this, they make bread makers that have a gluten-free button on it, because gluten-free bread does not need 2 rises like a typical bread dough does. So there's a little button that specifically is for gluten-free bread. So I'm waiting for holiday sales coming up to purchase one of those. But I did the math. I buy 2 loaves of gluten-free bread every week, and a loaf is about, I would say, $5.49 or something, but let's estimate low. So I spend, say, $5 per loaf, and it's not even a full loaf, because if you know gluten-free bread, it's not a full loaf and it's tiny. So I spend $10 a week on bread alone. That's $40 I spend in a month on just bread alone. So that gluten-free bread maker will be more expensive, probably in the hundreds or $200 range, but it won't take me long to make that money back. If I'm buying the gluten-free flour from Costco that is really, really well priced, I'm able to control the ingredients that go in it too, because if you didn't know, my 1.5-year-old and I are dairy sensitive as well. So I can control the ingredients going in it, which makes it easier for my family. And yes, is it more work? Yes, but will it save you money? Yes. So another thing I did purchase was a donut maker. And again, this is just an Amazon off-brand. I know Target sells a bunch of them. You can find them everywhere. But that is something my daughter missed from going gluten-free. And there are options, again, like there's bakeries. None by me. The bakery I was talking about where I got the pie is by my in-laws. And again, they're just more expensive. You can buy the ones in the freezer section. Katz makes, K-A-T-Z, makes a wonderful gluten-free line of food. But I can't afford to spend $4 or $5 on a tiny box of donuts, again, on a weekly basis. Sometimes, yes, for a treat, but I can get the donut maker. I can look up recipes on Pinterest. I can use the flour I have. I can control the ingredients, again, because we have other food sensitivities in our house. And it's cheaper, but it does take more of your time. I think there is a time to buy prepackaged food. Totally agree. But also when it comes to saving money, sometimes it's just not an option. So again, make it yourself if you can. Number 5 is literally a saving option. The app, the money saving app, Ibotta. I've used this before we were gluten-free, but I have to say, since we've been gluten-free, I've gotten a lot more money or cash back. It's like using coupons almost, but afterwards. So all you have to do is, buy your normal groceries or check the list because it's by store, and it will tell you what the offers are. So for example, we ate Cannon Bakehouse Hawaiian bread from Walmart. That is my kid's absolute favorite bread to buy that's gluten-free. It's more expensive again. I think it's over $5 a loaf, but they offer, the Ibotta coupon is $1.50 off one loaf. So again, I'm buying 2 loaves of bread. I'm already spending that $10 no matter what. So I can click that little coupon and I get $3. And after you hit the $20 threshold in your rewards or what you got back, you can withdraw that money. You can get Amazon gift cards. You can have it sent directly to a PayPal account. It's super easy to use. I don't remember to use it every single time I go grocery shopping, but when I do it really quick, and it usually gives me about, I would say, $100 to $150 a year in cash back. And it doesn't require any crazy signing up or anything. It's just a super simple app to use. So I encourage you, if you're gluten-free, there are a lot of options on there that are gluten-free, dairy-free, allergy rebates that you can get that you normally wouldn't see coupons for, and you're already purchasing that expensive stuff. So why not earn some money back? And again, I will withdraw usually that $100, $150 once a year around Christmas time and just put it towards Christmas presents or the Christmas budget. And it's nothing planned, but it's just a little extra something that I can get back from the stuff I'm already purchasing. So those are my 5 money saving tips. I hope that helps.